Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
Irish Radio, I'm Jerry Byrne, been speaking to many of the great and the good and the talented of music from Ireland, and boy, what a huge, rich land of incredible talent we have. My next guest is a gentleman from Athboy in County Meath, and he's had a number of hit songs, well known in music, and actually in and around this time last year, he had the most popular song, the number one song here with us on Irish Radio. It's a song called St. Patrick's Day. I'm delighted to say hello to the one and only Brian Mullen. Brian, how are you?
I'm very well, Jerry. How are you doing? Good to have you, and hello to all your listeners out there.
Listen, great to have you along, Brian. Listen, tell me this, how did you get involved in music in the first place?
Oh, Jerry. Well, look, it goes back a long time. It was always in our family, and my brother Tommy, my oldest brother, him and one of my other brothers, Bernard, would have had a band years ago called Tommy and the Blue Shadows. And me growing up, I would have been brought around to a lot of Tommy's gigs and stuff like that. So I just kind of had it in me. I used to love to sing the lads on the stage and doing all that, doing their thing back in the day. Now I was very young at the time, but I always remember it. And then of course my father would have been a great man for the singing as well, and he would have done a bit of pub singing. So yeah, it was always around me. So I suppose it was always going to be a path I would have taken, even though I was late getting into it, to be honest with you. But it was just it was always kind of going to be there, I think, you know.
Indeed, it sounds very much like it. Now, you've released a number of singles which have proven very, very popular, you know, on a commercial basis. What was the first one you released?
The first one I released is back 2016. I recorded a Garth Brooks song called The River. It's just a song I really would have liked myself. I suppose it took me so long to try and figure out what I record, what I do, what will go well. It's very hard. Well, I find it very hard to pick a song that you hope will work. But that was one that I personally liked, and that's why I ran with that one. And then, look, I'd be slow enough to record, to be honest with you, and I would just kind of record one a year or two a year. But I kind of need to get my skids gone now and get them together now and get an album out. Is what I really need to start doing, to be honest with you, you know.
Indeed, yes. Now, your latest offering was one called 14 Carat Mind, the old country gem.
Oh, to be honest with you, Jerry, that's the most recent one. Before Christmas, I just released that, and I have to say that is really going so well. And I always would have loved the song. I chose to do it because it was a song that I would have been singing in the pubs, and I always found every night I sang it, I felt comfortable singing it, and it was great to see people dancing to it. And I said, you know, got to be good to record that. So I went to Patrick Murray is the studios I go to here in Kilskeer in County Meath, and I spoke to Patrick, and we gave it a little bit of a twist. We put a little bit more speed onto it, I guess, than the original. And it's delighted the way it came out, to be honest with you. And it's great. It's getting great airplay. It's getting great requests. And I'm enjoying that people are enjoying it, you know.
Indeed so. But listen, the song which, you know, undoubtedly you had the biggest and most popular success with, and certainly with me, was last year for St. Patrick's Day. Where did you get that song, Brian?
Jerry, St. Patrick's Day, I'm delighted to say that you're saying it was one of your most popular yet last year. That's great to hear, to be honest with you. The song was written by a cousin of mine who is Nigel Connell, and as I say, Nigel would be well known in the music industry, and Nigel wrote the song, and you know, he offered it to a couple of other singers, maybe a lot bigger singers than me, to be honest, and they kind of turned it down. They were saying, it's only a once-off kind of thing, you know. But when Nigel gave it to me and we spoke, and he said, well, Brian, it might be a once-off, but you can release it every year, you know. And I thought, and I was honoured then, to be honest with you, that Nigel let me record the song. And as I say, it's great to have it out there every year. It's a song that I'm very proud of. It's good, and it's getting good, you know, for Irish people, I suppose, all around the world. You know, it's nice to hear it as well, you know.
Indeed so. You know, it's gone an absolute storm, and it's once again, needless to say, getting airplay this year with the you know, with this period we have of St. Patrick's Day. So you know, a cracking song, well done on it, and it really, you know, it did go an absolute storm. And tell me this, Brian, have you been doing any Facebook Lives or anything like that since lockdown?
Oh, Jerry, this weekend last year, I think it was, I finished my last show. That was the last show I done over 12 months ago. And about 2 weeks or 3 weeks after that, I started doing Facebook Live. So I've nearly done a Facebook Live every Sunday night for the last 12 months. We've been doing Facebook Live. Me and my little daughter, my daughter Annie, will come on and join me on the Facebook Live. She's just turning 7, but she gets really great response. She's a great little singer, in fairness. We've been doing lots of Facebook Lives. Probably took the month of January off, all right. But January and half of February. But we're back at it now this year. I think we're on our third or fourth one now this year. So we've been doing lots of Facebook Live, and I put that out on my music page, which is Brian Mullen Music. We do the Facebook Lives, you know.
Right, excellent stuff. Isn't it truly amazing the reaction that all the singers are getting on Facebook? I mean, the actual figures of views that each person is getting. I mean, it really is putting many television channels to shame. Like it's incredible.
It's amazing, Jerry. To be honest, yeah. And I tell you, look, what keeps me going is the fact that there's lots of different reasons behind it that keeps me going. But I get messages from people that say, they're enjoying it, and we look forward to our Sunday evening to seeing you and seeing all the other guys that's doing it as well. And to be honest, I kind of need it for myself as well, because I find it gives me a bit of a boost as well, saying, God, I have to do this Sunday night, and I'm trying to keep learning new songs, and also it helps me remember a lot of the regular songs that I would be singing, because to be honest, Jerry, if I wasn't doing it, the old memory, I'd say, start letting me down, and I'd be forgetting songs fairly quickly. So all in all, it's doing myself good, and it keeps me out there as well, to be honest with you, because if I wasn't doing it, I'd say people would start forgetting about you fairly quickly, that's the way it comes.
Indeed, it's great. It's great to keep. It is. It's well. And the other thing, remember about it, Brian, is as well that you're actually getting another audience. You're actually getting in people whom, if you were just playing around in the usual venues, they would never actually get the chance to see you.
Oh, Jerry, you're 100% right there. And the amount of people that tune in from, all around Ireland, for instance, places I would never ever play in England. Massive viewers coming in from England, and to be honest, I've never played in England. I've never gigged in England, but it's really one place when things get back to normal. I want to try and get some sort of a structure together, and I really would be mad to go and play in England. I'd love to go and play a couple of Irish places in England, and that's something that I really want to do. And even further afield, as there were viewers come in from all around the world, is all I can say. From as far out as New Zealand. People tune in, and as I said, there are places you would never play. So the Facebook Live is great to get that wider audience out there, without a doubt.
Indeed, and that one of the things that's actually happened with the current situation that we find ourselves in is the fact that the music has the streaming. There'll be at the live shows that streams on, be it Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is. They have become absolutely huge, and people have managed to connect, as you say, from literally all around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, from all around the world. Yeah, and people need it as well. Music it's a great medicine, I suppose. So that was a very, very hard winter we're after going through. Very tough on people. This lockdown was very, very tough. And to be honest, if people can have something to look forward to, watching, as I say, not everybody is going to like my show, but the people that don't like me will like other artists out there, and there's something for everybody. Without a doubt, there's somebody for everybody, and a little bit of music might just help people get over this whole pandemic that we're in,
Indeed, that's exactly it, Brian. Well done on all you've done. It's been absolutely fantastic. And if somebody wants to catch you live on Facebook, it's on a Sunday evening at...
Yeah, Sunday evening. We normally come on at 7 o'clock. 7 to half 8 is what we do now. We have to shorten down the show, Jerry, because, as I say, Annie is part of it, and since she was starting back to school, we have to try and finish it to get her to bed. So we normally do from 7 o'clock to half 8 on Sunday evenings,
Excellent stuff. And if anybody would like to find out more information, you could just go on Facebook and Brian Mullen Music. Brian, listen, it's been lovely to chat to you. Well done on all you've done and all that you're doing. And Fingers crossed. I'm looking forward to seeing you on a stage as soon as it's safe to do so. Listen to yourself and your family. Stay safe and well.
Jerry, thank you very much. And just before you go, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the opportunity to give me time on your show. And I do tune in, and you're also doing fantastic work out there yourself and lots of other DJs, as I say, putting on daytime shows and everything like that. It's great. So keep up the good work from your end as well, Jerry.